It says Gatling's former counsel, DEA agents, and prosecutors from the U.S. Attorney's Office in St. Louis, CEV, I ain't even finna do all that, also threatened to circulate the unsworn affidavit to all parties involved, including undersigned. CS1's unsworn affidavit specifically tasked issue with statements in the wiretap affidavit suggesting Flannery hooked up the deal between Gatling and Suarez. The unsworn affidavit suggests instead that Agent Cromer implicated Flannery because he was jealous of Flannery's relationship with CS1, which freaking means the damn cop set all of this up.
Shout out to Seti Nash. Today we talking about Cuffy, bro. He did another interview with the podcast from Seoul, Sean G, and he can't seem to keep the story straight. I'm just gonna put it out there. He just can't seem to keep a story straight. First of all, the story doesn't make sense in the first place. You know what? I ain't even gonna talk no more. We just gonna go ahead and
All right, so Cuff, what's up, man?
What's up, homie?
All right, so y'all listen, man. I got my man Cuffy on the phone. Cuffy, where you at? You in Lexington?
Yeah, I'm in Lexington, Kentucky, homie.
Okay. Now, Cuff. You and Meech was down together at one point, right?
Correct.
When did y'all get down together?
1991.
Y'all go back to 1991?
1991, homie.
Now he knows your family, he knows Tamara, he knows everybody.
Yeah, my, he goes way back, homie. We just found the Tamara's gonna post a picture with you when she was 4 years old. She's 34 now. She's gonna post a picture with her and Meech sitting on the couch at my mom's house when she was 4 years old, yo.
Yeah, she told me that today, man, and we're gonna get Tamara too. Now, Cuff, man, run through. You know, I want to give you the floor, man. You on my platform, I want to give you the floor. I've read the motion to suppress the wiretaps. You've watched me. I've done the whole thing.
Hey, just so you guys know, Sean G did promote this as an unscripted interview. So I don't want nobody saying that he's unprepared or anything. He was transparent and said this was going to be an unscripted interview.
And my man's paperwork don't look good, Cuff.
Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
See, everybody keeps saying Meech's paperwork don't look good. But Meech's paperwork is only 25 pages long. Meech's paperwork looks fine. They're talking about Cuffy's paperwork. But they're putting it on Meech.
About it. It's really simple, Sean. In early 2013, Meech called me and told me, yo, homie, I got some good people. You know what I mean? Got some good people, got some good numbers. I can't rap right now. Tammy gonna hit you in a minute. An hour later, homie, Tammy called me and put me with the feds. It's really simple, homie. It's really simple, homie.
Oh, yeah. It's very simple. It's really simple. You know I got you, right?
Now you see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
Originally, I was put with Tammy. I paid for the script. I paid $250,000. That's my script. That's why 50 when he came in, because we put a cease and desist order in through my attorney. That's why they couldn't do a motion picture. That's why you didn't see the BMF story on the big screen. So 50 ran it through that star shit that he run that other corny shit that he do. So
Hey! Did he just diss 50?
what happened was, homie, I wasn't even the original target. They wanted to get a little Mexican. He's actually a cartel member out of L.A. named Suarez. You'll see his name in the paperwork, Fidel Suarez. He was their initial target. You feel me?
Right.
He was their initial target. But with me calling in while they were trying to set up Fidel Suarez, she clicked over and told the Fed, or the agents who was listening to her and Suarez, hold on, this is Cuff. And when they heard the name Cuff, they went fucking crazy. and that's when her and Meech turned the scheme toward me.
Now hold on. I ain't the smartest guy in the world, Cuff, but I could have sworn you just said two different things there, my dude. Which is it? She was on the phone with Suarez, and you just happened to beep in, and she clicked over, and Agent Cromer or Cormer or whatever the hell his name is overheard the conversation? Or did she call you back? And then that's when the feds got all excited and got up on you.
This shit is not complicated, man.
Okay, now,
It's
Cuff,
really
you say
not. It's really not.
She put you with the feds. That mean now is Suarez down with the feds too, or you don't know?
No, sir. No, sir.
Suarez is straight up and down.
Straight good dude. As a matter of fact, he beat the feds in trial. That's how he met Meech in the county jail.
Hey, shout out to King AK-47. He did like a 3-hour long live last night, which would have been, what's today? Thursday, which would have been Wednesday night, going over the same thing. But he did it for 3 hours. I ain't gonna be here that long, y'all.
Okay, now, Cuff, I want to go ahead, man. Now, when you initially reached out to Tammy, you was just interested in the movie joint.
Yeah, actually, Meech put me with Tammy back around 08, 09, and this was strictly dealing with the movie.
This call is from a federal prison.
My job was to come up with the movie script and find a motion picture house to take the deal. And at that particular time, she had his life rights. So of course, she would have to take the meetings with myself and Louis Burrell, which is MC Hammer's big brother out of Oakland.
Okay.
Which is my man. We go way back.
Now, Cuff, Meech reached out to you and hit you about the movie rights, or making the movie, or Tammy approached you about making the movie?
No, I reached out to Meech and told him that, yo, if you can get your movie rights over to your people, man, like your family or somebody, we can get this bread.
He did do a recent interview. I swear to God, I heard this somewhere. And he claims that in that interview, he claimed that he told Meech, or no, he told Tammy that she needed to get Meech's life rights signed over so they can get the deals done. I cannot find it for the life of me. I swear to God, I did hear that though, somewhere.
You feel me?
Right.
But instead of him turning over his life rights to his mom's or his sister, Danielle, or one of them, for some reason, he turned it over to this Tammy Collins broad.
He should have turned it over to an entertainment lawyer.
Now, Cuff, how far you go back with Tammy?
About 08, 09. We've been taking meetings, and that's part of the record also. So we have our emails back and forth. That's part of the record of this case. Because, our argument was that I wasn't in no drug deal with Tammy. We were working on a legitimate business deal.
So you don't run into Tammy until 08, 09. Now, did you know Tammy going back to 90? When did Meech ran into it in 02, 03? But you didn't meet her back that early?
No, sir. No, to be honest with you, Sean, I don't know when they originally hooked up. He told me he had this girl that was doing a lot of his running and things of that nature. She was very business, and that was around 08, 09. So I didn't have any reason to know her or know nothing about her other than the fact that he told me she had his life rights, which was true. She testified under oath that she had his life rights in the Franks hearing.
Now, Cuff, man, I know you spent a lot of money on them lawyers in that Franks hearing. How much did you spend on legal fees altogether, man?
About $150,000.
What does this matter when it comes to the allegations that are out there? I mean, yeah, maybe he was just curious, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter.
Did you pay for all four of y'all's or just yours?
Just mine.
Okay, and then the other dudes, the Rush brothers and Gibbs, they handle their own.
Of course they did.
Okay. Now, You know, niggas is saying, Cuff, you know, and that we talking about the comment section, niggas with fake profiles and whatnot. They don't matter.
Whoa.
But they wondering like,
I am not a fake profile just because I have questions.
you know, are you a rat? Or did you cooperate in any kind of way? Can you clean that up for?
I never did ask that question, but I did wonder. Okay, Cuff is not in prison right now for anything drug related. Let's clear that up right now. He is not in prison for anything drug related. He is in prison basically for the unaliving of 2 federal informants. And somehow the feds dropped those charges and let him plead to lesser gun charges, to which he got 27 years. That's the only thing I wondered about. I never said anything about snitching. I was just wondering how that worked out. Because just for the unaliving of 1 federal informant is 30 years to life. Because that's a form of witness tampering. He had two bodies. And turns out one of his co-defendants on that case snitched on him, so he says, and he had no choice but to plead to the lesser gun choice or gun charges, which I'm still not understanding. How do the feds give up the 2 unalivings and they have somebody who's cooperating with them for those gun charges? And I don't understand that. The feds don't operate that way automatically, like normally.
Well, you know, the documents speak for themselves. I find that's funny, homie. I mean, you can check my record, homie. Just tell them check my record, homie.
Yeah, well, I didn't. You know, everybody I talked to from St. Louis, and you know my man Cav, man, from the Boogie.
Ain't no doubt.
And
no doubt.
And yo, Kev told me this story, man. Me and him was in Morgantown together, and he told it to me back then. And then when 50 dropped the joint with the Instagram post, I called him back, and he was like, "Yo, Sean, they jammed my man Cuff up, a solid dude," and so that's the reason why I even got into the joint, man.
Yo, Sean, niggas rock with me from Maine to Spain, my nigga.
Right there, you see where there might be a bias here, because he's saying his celly, Sean G, he says he did some Fed time. He's saying his celly actually told him Cuffy's story back in the day, which Cuffy's story is, listen, it's BS. All right. Like I said, he's not in prison for Meech. Nothing drug related, nothing Meech related, nothing BMF related. The unaliving of 2 federal informants. It is common knowledge. It's a fact. You can look it up on Google. I have people on Reddit arguing with me, talking about, well, they want to move the goalposts. Well, if Meech didn't snitch in 2013, well, then it must have been 2017 or 2018 because Cuffy didn't get convicted until 2019. You got to look up Google, do Google and look up the facts. Like, wait, what? You mean Cuffy pleaded guilty in 2019 to something that had nothing to do with Meech whatsoever? Because if you guys missed my last video where I was talking about Blue Da Vinci, I showed proof in there that Meech was indicted in 2013. They were planning on indicting him in 2013, probably along with Cuffy and Suarez. But Tammy played her cards, put Agent Cromer out there, because y'all heard what Seti Nash said in the beginning of this video. Agent Cromer was trying to set all of them up because Tammy was working different angles. You feel me? You guys get what I'm saying? She played her cards and exposed the relationship with Agent Cromer and got that whole entire drug case thrown out. And that was the big mystery. Like, why would she do that? Maybe it's because she wasn't cooperating on that case at all. Because what had happened, if you guys, I will put a link to the Seti Nash video And he will go, that video is like 35 minutes longer, or else I would have included it in here. But he goes over a whole long document where it claims Cuffy did link up with Suarez and he took his truckload of stuff and ran off on the plug. Didn't pay him. Suarez was pissed that Cuffy ran off on his ass with the drugs. Okay? So Tammy didn't want to deal with him anymore. But he calls while she's cooking Sunday dinner with Cromer, Agent Cromer. She didn't want to deal with Cuff. Cuff called asking her if she knew where he could front some drugs or something like that, something along those lines. I'm going to put a link to the Seti Nash video in the description. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out after y'all done with this video.
When you mention my name, nigga, you talking about gold, nigga. You feel me?
Oh, and FYI, the only thing between Maine and Spain is water.
I hear you. Now, Cuff, you was the word that you put money in Meech's hand. He didn't put no money in your hand.
Nigga ain't have nothing.
What does this have to do with the grand scheme? Besides the fact that maybe Cuffy's trying to sell his brand. Oh, well, Meech wasn't doing nothing until he linked up with me, and then that's when he started making real money. That might be the case, but what's that have to do with the snitching allegations?
Homie. And when I talk to 50, you understand what I'm saying? One thing that we both agreed on is that this nigga's ungrateful. You understand? No, this nigga ain't had nothing, man. I mean, he was doing a little bullshit.
Oh, wait. He's talking to 50 now after he just dissed him? Like a whole year ago? He did. He said, what did he say? That dumb shit that 50 be putting on stars? And then 50 all buddy with him.
Hustling. But when we got him down to the loo, homie, I put the nigga hustle game on 10. When I let the nigga touch his first $1 million, the nigga cried, homie. You feel me?
Now, Cuff, you ain't heard. When was the last time you spoke to him, man?
The last time I spoke to this brother, man, and we go back 30 plus years, just to communicate that to your audience. 30 plus years, homie.
Oh, you know I can't wait. Go ahead and say it.
Last time I talked to this nigga, homie, was when he put me with them people. You understand? When he told me Tammy gonna be calling me early 2013, homie.
And then you reached out to him. And when did you find out Tammy was no good? At the Frank's hearing?
No. As soon as the sting went down, I found out that she was no good. I didn't know his role. So immediately immediately after the sting, my attorney sent Meech correspondence saying, yo, Cuff need to holler at you. Your friend Tammy put him in a real bad jam with the police. I heard nothing back from him. My lawyers, he don't respond, period. When I got locked up, homie, and when I seen where this whole conspiracy was coming from, I laughed at it and I didn't believe in it. And I knew that Meech could come forward and kill the whole conspiracy. Just saying that the conspiracy is based on Meech communicating from Tammy, sending me a truckload of drugs. It's all made up. From jail, homie. He could have killed this whole deal. They never had any drugs. You understand what I'm saying? But that's how conspiracy works in this system, in this nasty system. But when Meech shot down the offer, when we sent my attorneys out, he was at FCI Lompoc in California. And he responded back to my attorneys that he didn't want to have nothing to do with nothing, and he stopped communicating with them. So then that told my attorneys right there that Demetrius Flannery is a part of this whole deal.
Oh, Cuffy. The internet don't forget, my guy. The internet does not forget, Cuffy. You can't have it both ways. Either your lawyers got in contact with Meech or your family got in contact with Meech, like you once said. And when you said your family got in contact with Meech, you said Meech told your family it must be some kind of a mistake to get in contact with Tammy, and y'all said, no, we ain't doing that. Now, your interview with Sean G, you said you got in contact, you tried to get in contact with Meech through your lawyers, and he never answered you back. But when you did this interview a year ago, one of your original interviews, you said Meech did get back with you, and he said, I don't want anything to do with this. I don't want nothing to do with nothing. How does that mean that he has something to do with it? How is he going to help you in a case that had nothing to do with him? It was an M for hire. I'm sorry, not an M for hire, the M of 2 federal informants. You wanted him to help you on a drug case in which he was also indicted on? You admitted that he was on your file as unindicted co-conspirator. I showed proof where he was actually indicted. Come on. Come on.
So we've been trying to contact this nigga all during the Frank's hearing and everything, homie. No response.
And he done been all in your crib, know your daughter, know your family, know everybody.
Everybody. I'd have been all in his crib. We moved to Atlanta together in the early 90s, man. We bought homes in Atlanta. We moved our families to Atlanta, homie, in the early 90s. I ate at this nigga's mom's table. He ate at my mom's table. Feel me?
Wow. So what did you, so now with, as far as the case with Tammy and her cooperate, did that case fall apart and did you get sentenced with that, or you down on the gun joints?
The case never fell apart. The case was in trouble. So what the government did was supersede me. If you look through the documents, you'll see the word superseding indictment. That just means to add on. So they indicted me on 2 homicides. So the only way that the government would even have jurisdiction is if the drugs charge are still there. It's called the predicate. So the predicate is what triggers the 924.
He's half right. In order for him to be able to take that plea for some guns, there had to be a federal nexus, a predicate. It wasn't the drugs, though. It wasn't the drugs. Because had that been the case, Meech and Suarez would have been indicted. And a lot of these channels like to keep pushing, like DC Blacks. You ain't answered my question I put on your video, bro. He pulled up a file from Fidel Suarez, and they're like, oh, Fidel beat his case, though. He beat his federal case, but the case you read off didn't have anything to do with Cuffy. That was the case in 2005 when he first met Meech in the county jail. What happened to his case that had to do with Cuffy, my guy? DC Blacks. Yeah, I'm talking to you, bro. You didn't answer my question. It was an honest question. I was really curious. What happened to that case? Why are you reading something that has nothing to do with Cuffy and making it seem like it does have something to do with Cuffy? Because him and Cuffy didn't know each other at that time. Had never met. He barely knew Meech at that time. Which, to me, Suarez is really suspect to me.
What's the 924, Cuff?
It's a gun charge.
Okay.
924C, 924J, that's what I have.
Oh, and the predicate for his gun charge was the unaliving of 2 federal informants. That's a federal offense.
Okay.
Based on the drug trafficking, based on the Meech and Tammy drug conspiracy.
Okay. Now, what about the homicide joints?
What about
He
him?
dropped the homicide joint in exchange for me taking 2 gun charges.
When the fuck do the feds do that? When do they drop 2 homicide charges when they have a corroborator? They have one of the witness or one of the defendants talking. Why would they drop the 2 M's for gun charges? Unless you was working. Who was you working against, Cuffy? Because not everybody from St. Louis is on the Cuffy train. You know what I'm saying? There's videos on YouTube. I can think of one channel in particular, St. Louis News, I think. And they saying Cuffy was a grimy ass dude when he was out. They don't believe Cuffy.
That's the 924C and the 924J, yo.
Let me ask you this, Cup. Do you think a lot, did they have the wiretaps that they got based on Tammy and Meech putting you in touch with Tammy? Was there discussion on the wiretaps about the guns and the homicides and whatnot? Do you know?
Not that I know of. Not that I know of.
So then why we here? So then why are we here? How are you saying Meech snitched on you? You're the reason, Meech is the reason you're doing 27 years. If the wiretaps between you and Tammy have nothing to do with why you're locked up. The reason you're locked up is because you talked about what you did, allegedly, to somebody else. Those wiretaps were on your phone, not hers. And I'm not excusing Tammy because she done did some dirt on plenty of other people and got paid for it.
Because I was thinking that, they couldn't, the reason they didn't throw out the wiretaps, they said because they had probable cause, but it might have been some information on there. So if they throw all of the wiretaps out, you go home the next day.
I go.
All right, we lost him, y'all.
Now, I don't know if he hung up or if his time was out. This video is only like 13 minutes and 11 seconds long. Who knows how long they were talking before that? I think in the Feds you get like 15-minute calls or something like that. Who knows? But anyways, Cuffy can't keep a story straight. He cannot keep his story straight, and the story don't even make sense. It don't even make sense. Okay. Tammy's on the phone with a Mexican cartel plug. And Cuffy just happens to call asking about some drugs, which Meech never told him to do. He admitted in that interview from over a year ago that Meech put him with Tammy to sell the movie rights for the life rights for a movie. That's what he was supposed to be doing, but he was too busy trying to date Tammy, taking her out on dates, calling her about dope, because he knew that's the type of dudes that she messed with. Just so happened she was messing with a DEA agent at the time. He just happened to be sitting right next to her having Sunday dinner and overheard the whole conversation because she didn't want to deal with you no more for real. Because you ran off on Suarez. Anyways, you guys, listen, you made it this far? Hit that link button, go over and watch that Seti Nash video. That's gonna open your eyes even more. I just couldn't put it here because it's 35 minutes. I'm already going over 30 minutes myself, or close to it. I might edit it down a little further, so fingers crossed. Anyways, if you made it this far, you new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon. That way you get notified every time I drop a new video. You guys, we still growing fast, growing super fast. We on our way to 3,500. We're gonna be at 3,500 real soon. What are we at right now? What are we at right now? The reason I don't know right now is because we growing every minute. Like literally. We growing super fast. We at 3,361 right now. This time last week, we were under 3,000. So everybody tuning in because they know this is where the real shit happens at. You know what I'm saying? I be pulling up pacers. I give my real honest opinion, my real honest unbiased take. The only thing that persuades me is the truth, the evidence. If it came out, if there was some facts, some evidence that Meech did actually snitch on Cuff and put him behind prison, I would be on his ass. Pause. No Diddy. No Nelly. No Nelly. Anyway, all my subscribers, I love y'all. Hit that like button. That helps the channel gain revenue by helping this video get into the YouTube algorithm and getting more eyes on it. When it gets more eyes on it, that's when YouTube starts to pay the channel so we can buy more things like 4K cameras, decorations for the back, some bling for you guys to look at because I know y'all tired of looking at my ugly ass. That's what it does for the channel. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys very much. It's your boy King Charm. Yo, I've been drinking Grey Goose tonight. What y'all sipping on? Holla at me later. Peace.